What's up, y'all? It's your boy Isaiah Tilson here with your IT news. Yo, we got a lot to talk about today. One of the biggest factors that we talk about today is how much in the news every single day in the news when you hear what's going on in the news and when you hear certain things that's happening, how much are we so much how much are we so undervalue where we get our information from? How much do we so much undervalue where we get our information from? I watched a lot of stuff, this weekend about 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 reparations. I'm big on reparations from the United States government. I'm big on that type of stuff, you know what I mean? So I watched a lot of things talk about reparations for the United States government. And a lot of times when I talk about reparations, I don't talk about reparations with the intent of feeling like that I'm going to get reparations. I'll talk about reparations with letting the United States government know that, African American people refuse to be bullied. We refuse to be pushed around. We refuse to be lied to. We refuse to be told stories. We refuse to let to let the government or the higher ups control or try to manage what we have to say. We refuse for that to happen. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of people approached me and said, "Well, Isaiah, you know, with the reparations conversation, the government don't directly owe you money. The government don't do this. The government don't do that." And I say, so you think the government don't directly owe me money because I wasn't a direct slave? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. From the beginning of time, and I had this argument all the day on Reddit. If y'all follow me on Reddit, y'all will have a ball just understanding the argument I had. I had this argument on Reddit and on Twitter. You know, uh, people say reparations. When you ask for reparations, you're begging, you're crying, you're doing this, you're doing that. Begging and crying is the last thing that we are doing. We was a people that was bitten by dogs. We was a people that was hung and murdered. We was a people that was castrated out of kicked out of restaurants for the color of our skin. We was a people where science told us a lie because of the color of our skin. Science told us that we was one half of a man. This is what the people now it seems like every time when somebody have an issue with the people, I got to turn on Facebook for this. It seems like a lot of times when people have an issue with the people that these things are happening to. You have an issue with me as a black man. You have an issue. America has an issue with me as a black man. But I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for nothing that America has done. No African American has asked to live in these conditions. No African American has asked to been raised this way. Now I know that y'all think that it's generation. What was you doing? What was you doing? But if I don't put oil in a car, right? If I don't put oil in a car, right, and I drive down the street or whatever, and the transmission blows up on the car. I mean, the engine blows up on the car because I didn't put oil in it, right? Is that my fault, or is that the uh is that the car manufacturer fault? That's the car manufacturer fault because I didn't do that. That's something that I did not do. But if they gave you a car with no oil on it for the rip, they gave you this car with no oil on it. You drove it, I say 3 miles, right? You bored the heads. You fucked up the pistons. You know what I mean? You fucked up the rings. You destroyed the car. Now, the car still's run good. So when you take it back to the manufacturer, he's like, "Well, the car still starts on. There's nothing wrong with the car. I just put some oil in it. Everything's cool." Would you still take that car out Or would you say, no, give me another car, even though this car is fine? Because you'd be like, no, give me another. He's like, no, this car is fine. You know what I mean? This car is fine. Why you want it? Why you acting like a baby? Why you acting like a punk? There's nothing wrong with this car. No, I'm not going to take a car that already been worn out. You want me to be, America wants you to be happy in the position that you're in, even though they have done the things that they've done. And I see African Americans running around here saying that we don't deserve reparations. We don't deserve we don't deserve these blessings. We don't deserve that. We don't deserve this. And reparations is not money. Reparations is incentives that forces the government to fix our communities up. Recreational centers, better schooling, man, fuck it. Get these motherfuckers around here that's living in these stores that's owning these stores, poppy stores, Korean stores, dollar stores, discount stores. Raise their taxes. Raise it. Oh well, inner city businesses already have it hard enough. That's what I hear. I hear this. We have to make incentives for inner city businesses so they can come to inner. I hear this all day from these committee people. See, when I argue with people on Facebook, they really don't know what the hell's going on. When I argue with people on Reddit, they don't know the hell's going on. They just know what's going on because CNN told them or Fox News told them that night. They don't know the ins and outs of how these bills go and how these people how things are happening. They don't know the ins and outs about this. But let me tell you something that I told somebody earlier. You know, we looked at the food stamp bill, right? And when you break down the food stamps bill, you see that the food stamps bill costs the government close to $4.5 billion, right? And everybody said, well, it's junk food. It's bad food. The people that's on it don't deserve to be on it. This and that, this and that, and this. Stop. You know, y'all want to cut the food stamp bill. But let's talk about how much money the government actually misuses. And I know that this seems like a show that I keep having. But I'm going to keep having this show because you're not opening your eyes to it. I said this millions of times. Why would you cut bills like food stamps? Why would you tell a certain amount of people that they don't deserve reparations? Reparations will be close to 21 billion. The reparations that I'm talking about, it will be close to 21 billion. That's what Donald Trump wanted for his wall. To kick people out. Now y'all say that y'all don't have this money, right? That's what they tell you. They don't have this money. But the United States government, with the Department of Taxes and making sure that the United States government don't get fraud and paying too much taxes, right? The United States government put out almost close to 250 to 600 billion dollars a year, just off of fraud alone, just to make sure that they don't be frauded. That's what they put out to the actual tax. I think it's like 58 billion, and then it's close to incentives and all that. But without it, it'd been close to 665 billion or something like that. How much money do the United States misuse when we talk about military money? Billions of dollars they misuse with military money. So when we talking about these incentives for African American communities to get better, we're talking about not ripping off from these programs, but we're talking about watching the spending of these programs. That's what we're talking about. If you could do this for 22 billion, I want you to do it for 10. Well, we can't get it done. Well, listen, we ain't getting it done. When is the United States government is going to be challenged about the way they spend our money? This is an issue, you guys. You guys want to cut SNAP bill. You guys want to you guys don't want to give out reparations. You guys don't want to help the people that's living in poverty. You guys do not want to help the college players that's paying so much money with student loans. and not getting the job that will pay off the student loan fast enough, so it really don't matter. You guys don't want to help these people. That's cool. That's cool. But how much money do you guys misuse of taxpayers' money? How much money do y'all misuse? Let's get down to this. Let's get down to this. How much money do y'all let billionaires and millionaires and trillionaires? How much money do you guys let them get away with tax write-offs? United States have one of the most United States have some of the most worstest laws. Worstest is not a word. Some of the horrible, horrible United States. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm having a brain freeze. United States has the worst law ever when it comes to taxes and when it comes to actually letting somebody be able to write off things in their taxes. They have some of the worst laws to let people write off stuff that it's literally, if I gamble, I can write that off in my taxes. Literally, not Jeff Bezos. I'm saying the wrong name, not Jeff Bezos. I'm gonna get the billionaire for you. He built a museum across the street from his house that was on the same property, donated his artwork to the museum, and got close to a small company, 650 million, 650, I don't want to say the wrong number, so I'm not going to say it. He got so much close to let me see if I got it over there. You guys want to hear this? You guys want to hear this? How much of a tax cut that this guy has gotten? You guys want to definitely hear this. It's insane that they let these guys get away with so many tax cuts, but they sit up here and tell us that we can't have extra funding. But we pay 90% of the taxes, but we get no tax incentives. Poor people get no tax incentives, but we pay almost 90% of the taxes. Wow, rich people pay donuts and get all the tax incentive. They can hire people, get that written off. They could do this, get that written off. Get they back. They can walk outside and make a donation in church and get that written off. Somebody that's making close to $400,000 a year, they write-offs is way different than somebody that's making $32,000 a year. Why are you not able to write off more things when you're making lower money? Why are you not able to do that? Because they don't want you to do that. They don't want you to. This is all a game, you guys. This is not about, you know what I mean, this money being right, that money being right, this being good, this is not about that. This is all a game. A high strategic game to play with people, to see what's really happening. The government has millions of dollars, billions of dollars, trillions of dollars. They waste more money than we can ever think that we can ever think of what's going on. They waste more of that money, man. And you think they really care about $4.5 billion in SNAP bill? No, that's to target and to hurt people. Oh my God. What? After George W. Bush was president, the deficit almost went up close to $7 trillion. Yo, I'm on them with this money thing, man. I'm on them with this money thing. I'm so much on them with this money thing. Me and this one brother that is an accountant. I actually picked him up from YouTube. I emailed him one day and said, "Yo, I need you to go through of how much money the United States misuses." And he basically told me, like, we gotta go through a whole lot of documents, and this is going to cost us a shit ton of money. And I said, "Man, right now I can't afford that. You know what I mean? But we've been doing work that's like off the budget, and I appreciate everybody for helping me when they feel as though not helping me too, helping the program. You know what I mean? Honestly, I don't get paid off of this. I'm put out more money than what I make. I put out more money than what I make. I don't get paid off for this. Honestly, it's about informing the people. You guys, this is a horrible situation that's going on right now with the misuse of your tax paying money. The misuse of your tax paying dollar. It's a horrible situation right now. And they want us to be quiet about it. That can't happen, you guys. That can't happen. Everybody's like, Isaiah, you know, why do the government misuse that much money?
You guys?
Why do the government does this? Why
That
do the
can't happen.
government does that? Why do the government because the government don't care about you. The government it is a direct attack on African Americans. I tell people this, everybody say, why do you talk so much about the government, Isaiah? Jerry, what's up, baby? Everybody said, why do you talk so much about the government? I said, because the people that do play this government game, you know what I mean? Which we understand it's a game. The people that do want to try to play this game and try to give our communities money, they need to understand what they're going up against. And we need to hold the people that's playing it. The reason why I talk about it is because we can't have talking figures in there. We can't have black people that don't know shit. Because remember, there are people that controls our reality. If they say that you got to fart every day when you walk down the streets, believe me, niggas will be farting instead of not getting locked up. Some people will be like, fuck this, I ain't going for this. And believe me, you'll get half, not even half of them, majority of them will fall in the line and fart every time when they walk down the street because that's the way that they designed us to be. So now I'm directly telling African Americans that this is a game. Don't wanting to cut certain things from you. Oh man, reparations. Okay, let's try to figure out where we're gonna find the money at. It's kind of hard though. We really can't find the money there. You know what? I wish that we had the money there. I really wish that we could get the money from there, but we don't want to use the money from there. Who's gonna pay for it? Oh, they're gonna raise taxes. Oh, they didn't raise taxes when they lost close to $2 billion last year, 2017, did they? No, you guys. This is what I'm telling you guys. The United States government lost money, and when I tell people that, they're like, "You don't know how much money the United States government wastes." It's like, yo, dude, like, hold on. But a lot of African Americans that I have arguments with every single day will sit up there and tell me that black people don't deserve reparations and have a whole build of an argument of why we don't deserve reparations. We need to stop whining. We need to stop doing this. We need to stop doing that. Right? You go up the street, buy yourself a little soda, pay the sugar taxes, buy yourself your cigarettes, buy yourself your beer, pay the sugar taxes. Now believe me. I asked you, do you use food stamps? I don't use food stamps. This is what the type of African Americans you got. You know what I mean? I don't use food stamps. I don't need the government, right? This is what you're gonna tell me, right? But the money that you pay the government in taxes, the money that you pay the government when you send anything or when you receive anything, all the taxes that you send to the government, they lost that money. So just imagine if you was paying somebody out in the street, you was paying into your debt, right? You had a debt for society, right? Say if you loan some money, you was paying into the debt, right? They said, you know what I mean? You got a debt for 20 years. No matter what is the number, you got this debt for 20 years. This is your debt for 20 years. Just say hypothetically, you had this debt for 20 years. You had to pay $350 every month for 20 years for this debt. No matter how much you paid into it, you still got to pay the same debt. So after the second year, they come to tell you, shit, we only use $600 of the $300 you've been giving us every month. All the other money we lost. It don't matter to you though, because you still got to pay it anyway every year. You would be kind of ticked off, like, hold on. You lost the money that I was give you that money? You lost it? I could have somehow fought this. I could have said this. You lost the money? How do you lose the money? This is what when you look up, you guys, y'all do it. Look up the misuse of taxpayers' money or the misuse of funds, United States misuse of funds. All this stuff will start coming up with watchdogs. All this stuff will start coming up, and then just, just spend close to a week on this. Make this your project and spend close to a week on it. Because the reason why I'm asking you guys to do this is because when you read the bills, who can challenge the government for misusing their money? Who can challenge this? The American people can. That's the only thing that's the only people that's going to challenge this. And when they want to cut programs that don't cost half of what they're misusing, they want to cut programs that don't cost half of what they are misusing. How could you how could you be for something like that? How could you sit up there and say that a people is wanted? The people that you listen, I had an argument with a guy that was an African American, and he said that African Americans was wanted for asking for reparations. How misinformed you is, brother. How could I possibly want it? How can I possibly be wanting when in the early 70s, the late 60s, I was just able to move wherever I wanted to move at. And this is not just right there. This is almost towards the end of the madness, even though it still goes on to this day. But I want to say that that's close to the end of the madness that the United States has been putting a foot on us. But we can go from slavery all the way to, if y'all want to say, the Civil Rights Act or the Fair Housing Act. We could go all the way to the Fair Housing Act, and we could go past that, the Reagan bit war on drugs, and we could go the opioid epidemic. We can go to these type of things. You look at how much money they misused on the opioid epidemic, and and then and then they took back that money. No, no, no. They let the organization that was giving out opioids. They let that organization open up an organization to get them cleaned off of opioids, and the government paid for it. But they can't fund people eating. Fuck what they eat. I don't care if they eat Twinkies all day. You can't fund to make sure that your citizens can eat, but you can misuse our money. What is the sense in that? It's none. And people sit back that actually don't ask the government for no more. Don't ask the government for no more. Why not? Why not? How much the government tax the United States poor people? They don't tax rich people like this. So it's not about black against white. It's not black, brown against white. It's not brown against white. That's the way the government make you want to look at it. It's not brown against white. It's poor against rich. They don't tax rich people like they tax poor people. And you poor, your ass is poor if you make anything under $250,000 a year. Your ass is poor. Believe me, you getting taxed just along with us. The best thing about that is that they made up this situation called white people, and white people come with a different incentives when we talking about tax, when we talk about credit. But if it was no such thing as credit, a poor white person will be the same as a poor black person. It's amazing how they make this shit work, dog. It's amazing how they make this shit work. It's not. And a lot of people can take things out of context, but don't. Remember what I'm talking about. The way they're cutting bills and they're misusing trillions of dollars, and they're cutting bills just to save them on a misusing and the thought. Everybody in the political parties, down to Nancy Pelosi, down to Bernie Sanders, just put out his, hey, I'm putting out my tax. I'm going to have to warn you, I'm a millionaire. All of these people that works for the government within 2 year time become thousands, hundred thousandaires, and then all of a sudden they millionaires. Oh, you just work for the government. How the fuck is you a millionaire? You're supposed to be a noble person. You're supposed to be a noble person. You're supposed to actually take. You're supposed to. The people that work for the government is kind of supposed to be like the disciples. Ain't they called the disciples? I don't know what they call in the Bible. I don't know what they call. I'm sorry, you guys. But that's how they supposed to be, right? It makes no sense, Jerry. I'm sorry, I'm reading it. We do. We do. Yo, what's up, babe? We need to start taking this, man. I say this all the time. I say this all the time. April the 21st, I'm going to an African American event. And I want first of all, I want to see everybody there. I want to see brothers there or whatever. And then after that, I'm gonna have like I'm gonna open up my crib. I live in my house. I'm gonna open up my crib and I'm gonna try to form African Americans that I know exactly how you go up there. You talk about situations that you have. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the Philadelphia SNAP bill, because the reason why I'm talking about the SNAP bill is because they viciously wants to take this from us, and that's cool. But we not gonna let everybody keep saying. I say you don't have food stamps, so why do you care? You guys are so disrespectful to the masses of people. I care about our people. And I understand that food stamps might make you lazy. I understand that food stamps might don't give you the incentive to work and do all this stuff. I understand that. So it could be a program that would take us out of food stamps. But the way that they want to do it is not the proper way that we're going to do this. This is not the proper way. We're not going to have people take rip food stamps from people in a matter of months, and like it's not that's not the proper way to do this. I literally watched them take. I literally watched the day when I was doing the research on this. I was doing this research. Everybody know I talked about this 2 weeks ago too. So this has been research I've been doing for a minute. But I literally, because today I was watching another thing. I was watching William Barr, and I was watching him talk about him putting together a 5-man team to go back to the investigation, to reinvestigate why Trump was investigated. Now, remember, the Mueller investigation cost close to $7 million. So now you want to open up another investigation that's going to cost millions of dollars. But even the committees, when you see the committee people go up there and they up on a committee on Capitol Hill, all that costs is money. How much do that cost? Do the president of the United States really got to be in the White House? Do he really got to be in that big ass house? Can they start turning off some lights? Y'all laugh at or whatever, but us as American people, it's the law. We deserve to see where our money goes. In 4 years, this is gonna blow y'all mind. Let me make sure that I got the right thing right here. In 4 years, in 4 years, a United States budget has not been put out. When there's no budget, you know money be misused and misspent. Even though our economy looks great, that's what they keep saying. The economy is doing great, but how much money is he putting back into the economy? The Federal Reserve just took the cap off the city. They're gonna let him borrow whatever he want to borrow. They're gonna leave it open. That's what they said. We're gonna leave it open. Donald Trump presidency is starting to look more and more like his life. What he did to Deutsche Bank. Research that. I got it on here. Go up to Donald Trump Deutsche Bank. Go scroll through my timeline. Look at how much money he took from them. Three 310 million. Next time 107 million. The next time 300 I think it was 303 million. 3 million. And I'm not throwing out numbers. It was millions of dollars that he kept borrowing from the bank and defaulting on loans. So his presidency, oh, the economy looks great when you pumping another trillion in through the back door. When you gave people in Iowa so many tax cuts, of course they're gonna vote for you next, buddy. Oh, he's gonna win the poor white people. He's gonna win the big companies. Who you think the electoral college? The people that the state elected. What do you think that is? This is a big game, you guys. This is a big game. So let me be clear. When I'm talking about reparations, I'm willing to play the game. But let's not act like that this is not a big ass fucking game. Let's not act like that. I don't care about being political. I'm never going to be able to. I'm going to say whatever I want. I don't care about it. Let's not act like that this is not a big game, that you guys is not sitting back there spending millions and millions. So don't talk about Trump, Nancy Pelosi, when you a millionaire. What did Jesus tell the man? So I did everything I wanted to do. He said, well, sell all your give all your money away. You want to talk about the poor people, Nancy? Give all your money. Oh, well, I accumulated this money. Oh, yeah. When you start telling people to give away their money, that shows you how much they care about the poor people there. Nancy Pelosi won't talk that shit. Chuck Schumer won't talk that. None of them, Steve King, none of these governors, committee person will talk that shit and live next door to you. None of them. So why do we keep voting these people in? Why do we keep? How the fuck? You guys, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. We brought the drone and they saw us one. How did Bernie? Let me ask you this, Jerry, Brian, Gary. Let me ask y'all this. How did Bernie Sanders get together $13 billion, right? The Buttigieg, he didn't get no money from no companies. He got close to $7 million. So we're willing to give these candidates millions of dollars to win. People donate this money and they give them millions of dollars to win. But none of these people ain't willing to put $1 into the programs around $1 million into the city of Philadelphia. You know how much that would do? That's why I keep telling y'all, watch the way they tax these companies in our neighborhoods. They need to tax the hell out of these Chinese stores. They need to tax the hell out of these pizza stores. Tax the hell out of these poppy stores. If you want to come around our way and sell this garbage to us, then you're going to be taxed. I'm not knocking it. Hey man, we gotta eat. Everybody gotta eat. But you're going to have to pay. If you open up a business in the suburbs, believe me, you're paying school taxes. I don't give a fuck if you got a kid or not. I don't got a kid. Well, you don't have to pay it. You can write it off. No, you're paying those school taxes. Look at how many people pay school taxes in the inner city. It would damn near disturb you. You got Fortune 500 companies in the inner city and they not paying taxes. You got places like Target. Amazon was going to come here. And you wasn't going to charge them for school taxes? But you guys keep telling me about reparations. Oh, where are we going to get the money from? Oh, where are we going to get the money from? Nigga, if you start taxing these companies the right way, I know one place we could get the money from. You guys would not believe that it's trillions of dollars left on the table. It's trillions of dollars that's left on the table, and they leave it there every year because this country is about making the rich richer, making the evil more evil. I don't even know another word for it. Eviler. That's what this thing is about. not about the poor. It's not about the. It's not about that. And until the poor stick together, they never gonna understand it. We never gonna get it. We divide each other more than an elite divide us. It's games. We divide each other for the elites. The elites sit back and say, "Oh, let's give them an old-fashioned race war." You think they can handle a race war? No, they can't handle a race war. Yeah, let them say something racist. What he's gonna say? Shit. Give Roseanne an extra $2 billion in her account, but just let her say something racist. That's what happens. Give Steve King an extra billion, but shit. Let him resurface a picture when he wore a blackface. This is what happens, man. Y'all think I'm playing? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Everybody say, "Yo, your show boring. I hate your show. That's why you don't get no viewers because your show is horrible." That's what everybody tells me, and I tell them every single day. You know what's boring about my show? It's no ratchetness. I don't have a whole bunch of things popping down off the screen. Subscribe to the page, hit the like, thumb up the video. My phone number rolling across the page in slow letters. Tilson. I don't have none of that. I don't have none of that. Because when I turn on this computer, it's no games. When I get in front of this camera, it's no games. Because first of all, you guys, I don't have time to be here. That's first off. Let's be honest. I don't have 100% time anyway to look up this shit. I look up it because I love it. So I definitely don't have time to talk to y'all on the camera. That's what I get. So, but it don't make me mad because you know why? I don't care. I know I'm a boring guy. I know the way I talk is boring and annoying. I know that. I know that. But if you catch it, if you listen, you might catch something. You might catch something, but you know, people go over to a site where they talk about trash at. Yeah, you're right, babe. You're right. That's what happened. Yeah, you're right, G. Exactly, Jerry. Exactly. Yo, and the thing is, Jerry, I've been looking at the way that taxes is broken down and all of the incentive, all of the things that it's supposed to go for the schools. Our neighborhood schools don't get it, or they do get it. But my thing with our neighborhood schools is too, we have too many little public schools. Have y'all ever noticed that? You go to the county, you got close to 500 kids in one class. You go to somewhere like Franklin, it's not like that. Why we don't have a campus of a big ass school? You know what I mean? In ninth grade, you got close to 1,000 kids. And because it's easier to fund schools like that. We got all these little schools. Remember, we don't have too much school bus programs. Just little look at the schooling bill. Look at what they're doing to our kids. That's where it starts at. That if you want to destroy a generation, you destroy the kids. Look at what they're doing to our kids, what we're feeding them, what they're learning. What they're learning. World maps is totally different now. It's scary, you guys. Oh yeah, it seems Philadelphia. It's scary. Scary. I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. I got things to do. I got things to do. I'm coming back tomorrow, man. I'm really doing that gun program. Yo, now that I'm hoping that one of these shows, man, one of these days I can I can get Jerry on, man. I want to get Jerry to come over the crib, man, so we can have a show, man. This brother got so much knowledge, man. And I just like, and not even like, you know what I mean? We gotta big our brothers up, man. Especially, you know what I mean? Especially the brothers that been in the community and been researching certain things for decades. You know what I mean? We gotta give these brothers the platforms to speak. You know what I mean? Because these brothers is man, what I know, they 30 times more because they been through it. They understand it. This is what they do. So this is why, you know what I mean? Yo, I'm hoping that Jerry one day come here and bless the camera, man. I'm hoping, you know what I mean? Because it's just an interesting conversation. I'm like a kid at a candy store sometimes when you talk. It's interesting conversations, and sometimes I let them talk, and I'll be like, damn, and I let them talk, like, damn, okay, all right, and then I listen to him, and then he said something. Literally, he be saying shit like, I go home, ask my girl. I be like, damn, yo, Jerry said that shit. Let me go look up, and I got hit him up like, yo, what you say? Or how you because it's about empowering yourself. And this is why, yo, everybody said, yo, you talk to a doorknob. I talk to everybody. I be having hour. My girl be mad at me. I be on the phone with an hour with one person. Next person call. I'm on the phone with him for an hour. I'm on the phone with him for 2 hours. I'm on the phone with him for 2. It's literally because you got to soak a lot of, okay, I read a lot of facts, right? But they don't talk to you. So facts is just point out, dry, clear cut. This is what it is. So then I run it by people, and then people be like, well, that was sad, right? I be like, well, that's what it said. And then they give me their opinion on it. And when I get that, then I think, and then I get collect everybody opinion. Then I'm like, damn, okay, this is how, and then I formulate. But believe me, you guys, I'm not I'm sitting up here, I know everything, I know all. I'm sitting up here. No, I don't know everything. I can't research everything. But one thing I can do, I can read as much as I can. That's what I tell everybody. Don't watch videos. Read as much as you can. And B, talk to as much the most people that's possible you can actually talk to. Talk to everybody. Get everybody point of view on one topic. Even though people, man, what the fuck? I say, why you like talk about this? I want your point of view. I want to hear what you said. Bug these people about it. I bug the hell out of you. And then if you don't answer me, I'll just call you. Like, you know, I'll bug the shit out because it's different. You know what I mean? Uh, I gotta make sure that the generation comes after me get it younger than what I got it. I got it at 30. Oh shit. My goddamn computer. Fuck. Oh shit. All right, I gotta get out of here, y'all. Got a little catastrophe. Yeah, but I got it later. I got it there. Whatever. I'll talk to y'all later. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow, man. I appreciate it. I'm tired, man. I appreciate